As the sun sets and the world grows quiet, there is a moment, still and sacred, when the body begins to listen, not to the noise of the day, but to its own needs. For many seniors, this is also the hour when something unspoken returns. The ache of fading vision. You may have felt it, the struggle to read small print, the blur when trying to recognize a familiar face, the quiet frustration when light seems too harsh or too dim. It doesn't happen all at once. It arrives softly, slowly, and then one day you realize you're straining just to see what once was effortless. Doctors call it aging, but I believe it is also the body's invitation, a reminder that the eyes, like all things, need care. What if your healing didn't have to come from pills or surgeries? What if part of your recovery could begin in the most gentle of places, your evening meal? There are certain foods, humble, often overlooked, that when eaten before sleep have the power to nourish your eyes from within. While your body rests, these foods quietly get to work, repairing what time has worn down. This is not a miracle. This is biology, supported by science, guided by wisdom. Tonight, let me walk with you. Let me show you 7 foods that may help restore the eyes and perhaps the quiet confidence you thought were lost. Let us begin. First, the blueberry. It is small, modest, often passed over in the grocery store for something brighter, larger, sweeter. But in its quiet simplicity, the blueberry holds a kind of ancient intelligence, especially for aging eyes. Inside each deep violet skin is a powerful compound called anthocyanin. This natural antioxidant helps protect the delicate blood vessels that nourish the retina. It's not a theory, it's been observed. In clinical studies, older adults who consumed blueberries daily saw measurable improvement in night vision and contrast sensitivity. Their eyes responded not only with clarity, but with calm, less inflammation, less oxidative stress. You might say, but how can something so small do so much? The answer is simple: consistency. The body does not ask for dramatic gestures, it asks for devotion. When consumed before sleep, blueberries enter the bloodstream just as your body begins its nightly work of cellular repair. In the quiet hours of night, when light is gone and sight is not needed, your eyes begin to heal. The anthocyanins work with your natural rhythms, supporting the regeneration of retinal tissue, especially the rods and cones that fade with age. But the blueberry does not work alone. Its power multiplies when paired with stillness, a slower evening, a lighter meal, a body ready to receive healing. How should you prepare them? There is no need for elaborate recipes. A small bowl of fresh or frozen blueberries, perhaps mixed with a spoon of Greek yogurt or oat milk, can be enough. If you wish, blend them gently into a warm drink. Not hot, not cold, something comforting, something slow. This is not dessert. It is a form of medicine wrapped in sweetness. And yes, sweetness matters, not just in taste, but in how you treat yourself. Many elders live with a quiet guilt for slowing down, for needing help, for not seeing as clearly as they once did. But there is no shame in aging. There is only the question, will you meet this chapter of life with resistance or with care? Let each blueberry be an answer. Let it say, I choose to care. I choose to support what still wants to live in me. It is not too late. The eye, even in its twilight years, remains one of the most adaptable organs in the human body. Given the right nutrients, the right rest, and the right rhythm, it can surprise you. It can return. Let this be your beginning, quiet, small, and full of potential. Now let us move to the second food, a gift from the forest floor, long treasured in Eastern medicine and now supported by Western science. A food not of sweetness, but of strength. Let us speak of the shiitake mushroom. Second, the shiitake mushroom. Unlike fruits or grains, mushrooms are not born of blossoms or sunshine. They rise from the damp quiet of forest floors, fed by decay, darkness, and time. Perhaps this is why they speak so naturally to the wisdom of age, for they too understand the slow beauty of transformation. Shiitake mushrooms, long used in Eastern medicine, are now receiving recognition from Western science for their ability to support the immune system and fight inflammation. But few realize their quiet power to protect the eyes. Within each shiitake is a rare trace mineral, selenium. This mineral helps defend the eyes from oxidative stress, the same invisible pressure that slowly breaks down retinal cells as we age. Shiitake also contains lentinan, a complex polysaccharide that enhances blood flow and supports tissue repair, especially in microcapillaries, the tiny vessels that feed the eye's most delicate structures. In one study, older adults who consumed shiitake mushrooms several times per week showed not only improved circulation but increased antioxidant levels specific to ocular tissue. Their eyes became not younger, but stronger, more resilient, less dry, less inflamed. But these benefits do not come from quantity, they come from ritual. A warm broth of shiitake simmered slowly with a slice of ginger or garlic becomes not only food but a moment of healing. It is simple, comforting, and easy to digest, ideal for evening. Add a few leaves of spinach or a sliver of tofu if you like. Keep the flavors clean, keep the portions light. It is important not to burden the body before sleep. The goal is not fullness, but nourishment, to give your body just enough to work with as it enters its healing cycles. And what about the taste? Earthy, deep, a little unfamiliar to some. But in time, the bitterness gives way to something grounding, a sense of quiet strength, not unlike the stillness of the forest after rain. Some may wonder, why not something more familiar? But healing rarely begins with the comfortable. It begins with the willingness to try, to trust, to receive what is offered by nature, even if it does not come in shiny packaging or sweet flavor. Let the shiitake remind you, health does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it comes in the form of warm broth, sipped slowly in silence as the day fades and your body prepares to restore itself. This is food as ceremony, food as medicine. And now let us turn to the third, a food long known, often misunderstood, and sometimes feared. Yet within it lies a powerful gift, especially for the aging brain and the fragile connection between nerve and vision. Let us speak next of the humble egg. Third, the egg. It is simple, familiar, a staple in kitchens around the world. Yet, like many things we see every day, the egg is often overlooked, reduced to its shell, its cholesterol, its routine place on the breakfast table. But hidden within this common food is a rare gift for the aging eye. Egg yolks are one of the most concentrated natural sources of lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids that are not only antioxidants but vision protectors. These compounds gather in the macula, the central part of the retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. As we age, the macula thins, vision dims, edges blur, but lutein and zeaxanthin slow this process. They guard the macula, shielding it from the slow burn of blue light and oxidative stress, and it doesn't stop there. Eggs also contain choline, a vital nutrient for the nervous system, supporting the communication between the eye and the brain. This connection is delicate. With age, it weakens, but choline helps preserve it, like a bridge kept strong against time's erosion. Clinical studies have shown that moderate egg consumption, around 6 per week, can increase lutein levels in the blood without raising cholesterol in most healthy individuals. But the key is balance, not excess. For those with high cholesterol, the wisdom is simple. Favor egg whites and limit yolks. The body does not need extremes. It responds best to mindful nourishment. How to prepare an egg for healing? Gently. Boiled, poached, or steamed. Not fried, not smothered in butter, not scrambled with bacon. Let the egg be quiet, as healing often is. A soft-boiled egg alongside a handful of steamed greens makes a perfect evening meal. Light, rich in nutrients, and easy on the digestion. Eat it at least 2 hours before bed, allowing your body time to begin metabolizing its gifts. Let the lutein circulate. Let the choline do its silent work. There is something profound about the egg. It carries the blueprint of life, a beginning. And so, when we eat it with care, we are not simply feeding ourselves, we are honoring the body's instinct to rebuild. And that, in many ways, is the essence of aging well. Not denying what is changing, but feeding what still wants to grow strong within us. Let the egg be a teacher. Let it show you that simple things, prepared simply, can become medicine. That healing doesn't always require new foods, just a new relationship with familiar ones. And now, let us turn to a vegetable of strength and sharpness, a food whose shape resembles the eye itself and whose compounds defend it from the inside out. Let us speak of broccoli. Fourth, the broccoli. There is something almost poetic about the shape of broccoli, a firm stalk rising from the earth, branching into tiny florets, each one reaching upward like clusters of cells. Not unlike the intricate structures within the human eye, nature repeats itself, and in that repetition there is meaning. Broccoli is rich in nutrients known to protect and renew vision. Vitamin C, lutein, and sulforaphane. Each plays a different role, but together they form a shield. Vitamin C acts as a frontline defender, neutralizing free radicals that damage the eye's lens and retina. Lutein, as we've seen, concentrates in the macula, helping filter out harmful blue light. But sulforaphane, a compound unique to cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, does something more subtle. It activates the body's own antioxidant defenses, supporting detoxification and reducing inflammation across the entire visual system. Studies have shown that regular intake of broccoli correlates with a lower risk of age-related macular degeneration and cataracts. These are not abstract ideas. They are patterns observed in living people. Seniors who made small, consistent choices that added up to clearer vision and healthier eyes. But how should broccoli be consumed to preserve its gifts? Gently. Steam it lightly. Not until it wilts into grayness, but just enough to soften the fibers. This preserves its sulforaphane content while making it easier to digest. A drizzle of olive oil, a pinch of sea salt, perhaps a slice of lemon. That is all it needs. It can be eaten alone or as part of a light soup, perhaps paired with tofu or lentils to support deeper nourishment. Timing matters too. Enjoy it during the early evening, giving your digestive system time to process it before sleep. Broccoli is fiber-rich, and while this supports blood sugar balance and regularity, eating too late can create heaviness. Remember, the goal is not just nutrition, but harmony, a body that feels light enough to rest and strong enough to repair. There is a quiet confidence in broccoli. It does not boast. It does not entertain, but it stands tall, as if to remind you that the body too can stand tall again with the right support. Many older adults believe that vision loss is inevitable, that blurry edges and dry eyes are the final chapter. But broccoli says otherwise. It whispers that resilience is still possible, that what fades can sometimes return, that what weakens can be strengthened, not with force, but with care. So eat slowly, taste the bitterness, then the sweetness. Let the warmth fill not just your belly, but your belief in food, in healing, in your own ability to nourish what remains. Next, we turn from the garden to the sea to a food rich in oil, memory, and protection. Let us speak now of fish. Fifth, the fish. From the still waters of rivers and seas comes a gift both ancient and essential, oily fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel. For generations, they have nourished the mind and heart. But for the aging eye, their offering is even more profound. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically DHA and EPA, which play a vital role in maintaining the structure and function of the retina. The retina is not just tissue, it is the part of your eye that turns light into sight, and it is made in part of fat, healthy fat, the kind your body cannot make on its own. Without enough omega-3, the retina becomes dry, inflamed, vulnerable. But with it, inflammation subsides, moisture returns, and vision in some cases begins to stabilize. Studies have shown that individuals who consume fatty fish at least twice per week experience a significantly lower risk of developing age-related macular degeneration and dry eye syndrome. These aren't rare diseases, they are common quiet thieves of clarity. But fish, eaten wisely, can be a kind of defense. So how should you bring this food into your evening routine? With simplicity. A small portion of grilled or steamed salmon, seasoned gently with lemon and herbs. A few sardines on a slice of whole grain toast. A light fish soup with seaweed and ginger. Avoid heavy sauces, fried preparations, or large portions late at night. These burden the body rather than support it. The timing is also key. Eat fish during your early dinner, not right before bed. This allows your body to begin the gentle work of digestion, so the nutrients are available during sleep when cellular repair is most active. For those who are plant-based or allergic to fish, alternatives exist. Algae-based DHA supplements can offer similar benefits. But if fish is part of your tradition, it can be both medicine and comfort. There is something grounding in the taste of the sea, something that reminds us of memory, of origin. The oils within these fish do more than nourish the eyes. They support the brain, the joints, the skin. They bring ease where tension lives. But again, let us return to a simple truth. Healing is not found in quantity, but in consistency. A few bites, taken with intention, are more powerful than many eaten in haste. Let each meal be a conversation with your body. Ask, what do you need tonight? What part of you is asking to be seen, to be soothed? And if your eyes are that part, dry, tired, struggling to hold focus, then let the sea offer its quiet help. Ahead of us still lies a root, bright, familiar, and often underestimated, a food that taught generations of children to see in the dark. Let us now turn to the carrot. Sixth, the carrot, bright, humble, and long associated with vision. The carrot is perhaps the most familiar ally of the eyes. Yet over time, its power has been reduced to a childhood rhyme. Eat your carrots so you can see in the dark. Few stop to ask why, but the science behind the saying is real. Carrots are rich in beta-carotene, a pigment the body converts into vitamin A, one of the most essential nutrients for eye health. Vitamin A supports the production of rhodopsin, a protein in the retina that allows you to see in low light. Without it, night vision suffers, the world becomes dimmer, less defined. As we age, the body becomes less efficient at absorbing and converting beta-carotene. That's why how you prepare the carrot matters as much as eating it. Raw carrots are good, but lightly cooked carrots are better. Heat breaks down the plant's cell walls, releasing more beta-carotene and making it easier for the body to absorb. And when paired with a small amount of healthy fat, olive oil, avocado oil, even a sprinkle of crushed seeds, absorption improves further. The carrot's strength lies in its warmth. A small bowl of carrot soup before bed, perhaps blended with ginger or turmeric, can be both soothing and medicinal. Not heavy, not spicy, just warm enough to tell the body, you are safe, you may rest. Beyond beta-carotene, carrots offer other antioxidants that reduce inflammation in the eyes, supporting overall clarity and moisture. In a study published in the Journal of Ophthalmology, individuals with high dietary intake of vitamin A had significantly reduced risk of developing night blindness and age-related vision decline. But perhaps what makes the carrot most powerful is its symbolism. A root that grows underground, invisible, while it gathers strength. It reminds us that real healing happens beneath the surface, in quiet moments, in stillness, in the unseen work of rest. Eat your carrots, not in haste, but in ceremony. Take time to notice their color, their texture, let their sweetness linger. If your hands are able, prepare them yourself. Chop slowly with care. The act of cooking can be as healing as the food itself. Many people believe that food must be exotic or expensive to be powerful, but nature often hides its wisdom in the ordinary, in the foods that have always been near us, waiting to be remembered. So when your eyes grow tired at dusk, when the world blurs just slightly more each night, turn to what is rooted, turn to the earth. Let the carrot, simple, nourishing, steady, be your guide back to clarity. And now, to complete our journey, we arrive at something even smaller than a carrot, a handful of seeds, but within them, a powerful shield for your vision. Let us speak of sunflower seeds and almonds. Seventh, the seeds, sunflower and almond. Tiny, almost weightless in the hand, yet inside each one lies a fortress of protection. Sunflower seeds and almonds are among the richest natural sources of vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that shields the cells of the eye from age-related decline. Vitamin E plays a crucial role in defending against oxidative stress, the slow, silent process that damages retinal cells over time. It acts like a gentle shield, reducing inflammation, slowing the degeneration of the macula, and preserving sharpness of sight. For older adults, especially those experiencing the early stages of vision loss, this nutrient is not optional, it is essential. Research from the age-related eye disease study, REDS, one of the largest clinical trials on eye health, showed that people with high dietary intake of vitamin E had a significantly reduced risk of developing advanced macular degeneration, not because they took megadoses, but because they made space for vitamin E in their everyday meals, quietly, consistently. So how do we do the same? A small handful, no more than 1 ounce, of raw, unsalted sunflower seeds or almonds in the evening can be enough. Not roasted in oil, not dusted with sugar or salt, just whole, simple and real. If your teeth are sensitive, soak the almonds in water for a few hours. They will soften and your body will absorb them more easily. You may enjoy them alone or stirred into a warm porridge made from oats or millet. You may blend them into a nut milk and sip it slowly before bed. There are no rules, only respect for what your body can digest, for what helps you sleep, because sleep is the key. Vitamin E, like many nutrients, works most effectively when the body is in a state of rest and repair. At night, as your breath slows and your muscles release, your cells go to work, rebuilding what the day has worn down. The antioxidants in these seeds do not force healing. They create the conditions for it, like a gardener who clears weeds so light can reach the soil. And there is another lesson hidden here, one of humility. We often look for answers in grand gestures, new medications, surgeries, miracle cures, but sometimes the quietest things carry the greatest strength. A seed, a breath, a bowl of something warm. Your eyes have carried you through decades of seeing. They've witnessed sorrow and beauty, distance and detail, the ordinary and the extraordinary. They deserve care. So when you hold these seeds in your palm, think not of snacks or supplements. Think of legacy, of tending to the body that has carried you this far. And when you sleep, know this: healing is not behind you, it is still happening. Silently, patiently, night after night, let food become part of that silence. Let it speak to your eyes, even in the dark. Before sleep takes you, there is one more offering. It does not come from the earth or the sea. It comes from within, from how you choose to end your day. Even the most nourishing foods need a peaceful body to work their healing. And the eyes, more than any other part of you, respond to rest not just in sleep, but in stillness. The modern world asks much of your eyes: screens, artificial lights, endless motion. Even in retirement, the brightness continues. News, phones, television, but healing requires pause. So each night before bed, give your eyes the gift of darkness and care. Begin by dimming the lights an hour before sleep. Let your home become soft again. Your eyes were not designed for constant brightness. They rest better when invited gently, not forced into sudden sleep. Then try a warm compress, a soft cloth soaked in warm water, placed gently over closed eyes. The warmth relaxes the tiny muscles around the eyes, encourages tear production, and soothes the tension you did not know you were holding. Breathe deeply as you do this, not to achieve something, simply to return. If you prefer quiet movement, gentle eye yoga can help. Slowly roll your eyes in circles, clockwise, then counterclockwise. Focus on objects near and far, back and forth. These small exercises restore flexibility to the eye muscles and ease strain. Done slowly, with awareness, they also calm the nervous system. Next, avoid screens for at least 30 minutes before sleep. The blue light they emit disrupts melatonin production, the hormone that signals your body to rest. But more than that, screens demand attention. They pull your awareness outward. Healing, however, happens when attention comes inward. Instead, sit in silence or listen to soft music. If you like, light a candle or incense, not to distract you, but to remind you, this is your time, this is your temple. And lastly, speak gently to your eyes. It may sound unusual, but it is powerful. Place your hands lightly over your closed lids. Whisper thanks for all they have seen, for all they still try to see. Gratitude is a medicine too, and the body listens when spoken to with kindness. The journey to better vision is not only physical, it is also emotional, spiritual. How you treat your eyes reflects how you treat yourself. So let your evening be a ritual, not a routine, a slow return from doing to being, from effort to ease. In the stillness before sleep, as your body prepares to repair itself, remember this: you are not broken. You are becoming whole again, one breath, one seed, one evening at a time. Let darkness arrive gently. Let it be a place of healing, not fear. And may your eyes wake in the morning, rested, open, and ready to see. What you give your body before sleep is not just fuel, it is a message. Each bite, each breath, each moment of stillness tells your body, I am here for you. I have not given up. Aging is not a falling apart, it is a returning to essence, to rhythm, to what truly matters. Your eyes, though they may blur or tire, are not fading because they are weak. They are asking to be seen, to be honored, to be nourished just as they have nourished your life. You do not need to change everything at once. Begin with one food, one habit, one quiet evening where you choose presence over distraction, care over convenience. Remember, healing does not happen in noise. It happens in silence, in sleep, in the faithful repetition of simple things. Perhaps the world outside grows dimmer, but the world within you still holds light, still longs to see. And every evening is another chance to support that light, not with force, but with tenderness. So let the foods you choose become part of your rest. Let the rituals you keep become part of your strength. And when morning comes and you open your eyes, may you not only see more clearly, but feel more deeply that you are alive, healing, and whole. Not because of a miracle, but because you cared, because you listened, because you chose to begin.